Today, from Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, Florida, it's Week 2 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Well, it wouldn't be Florida without this. A heavy tropical rainstorm coming down just prior to kickoff here in Tampa at Raymond James Stadium. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to Week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Carolina Panthers and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
A gain of 4.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Through an opening, and there he goes. And he gets this down deep into Tampa Bay territory. A big play there from McCaffrey, and even 70 yards on the pickup. Well, welcome to the party. First carry of the game. How about that?
And just think, as far as he's concerned, he's just getting warmed up.
5 yards from the end zone, 1st and goal. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. Christian McCaffrey, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Panthers take it right down and score on the opening drive. 3 plays already in the end zone. That was quick.
We always talk about offenses understanding what they want to do before they go into a game, and they practice it. They have their script and the plays they want to open with. But defenses aren't just reactive. They have their own ideas as well. These ideas didn't get implemented very well. 3 plays and a touchdown already scored against them.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Brady going to bring the Bucs up with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. He'll look to throw right away. This one complete to Scott Miller. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A 1st carry for Leonard Fournette. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41. The rushing numbers for Fournette from last week. 14 carries, 85 yards, and a touchdown.
They look like a team that really emphasized the running game in the offseason. They were going to build around it. Didn't matter if they're going to run gap scheme, power scheme, whatever. They've got a runner who finds yardage if you give him just a little bit of space. That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
And now a fumble. Brady loses the football.
The 3rd down pass. A fumble.
Offensively lucky. They're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. Bridgewater going to lead the Panthers up here, 1st and 10 at about the 32. And right away, he'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. One of his main targets, Delaney Walker, the intended receiver. But it's going to be second down.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on first down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Now this one complete on the slant route. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
Catch there by DJ Moore, who's really starting to come into his own. And he's one of that pack of receivers in the NFL now that looks like running backs and plays like that as well when they catch the football. Last year, nearly 1,200 yards receiving, 78 yards per game, and that ranked in the top 10 in the league. Expect those numbers to continue to grow.
14 yards, good for a Panther first down.
Carolina.
Back to the ground on first, it's McCaffrey. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. He'll get this to McCaffrey out of the backfield.
Bridgewater's pass.
It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a 3rd down.
Bridgewater from the gun on 3rd down. Open man is Robbie Anderson.
Pass. Complete.
First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down.
First down.
We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
At the 33-yard line.
Bridgewater again. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
On 3rd down, Bridgewater. The Bucs defense stiffens and pushes this to 4th down. So 2 third-down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a 3rd, and now they deal with 4th down.
For the field goal. A 50-yard attempt.
That's leaking to the right, and he missed it by a foot or 2. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
Fournette fighting through and taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. He's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers.
Need to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. The Pro Bowler Chris Godwin, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again. Brady looking downfield for Godwin. And this one is incomplete. He was looking for Chris Godwin that time. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
And what we've seen so far in this game, they are not going to allow a big shot over the top. You can have whatever you want underneath. They'll give you that, but they're not going to let you beat them deep.
And this is caught by Evans. First catch there for Evans. Good enough for a first down.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double-team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 10 more there and another first down.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Looking for Evans, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tahir Whitehead. And to the 12, that's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line.
They'll take over.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want... want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Bridgewater. He'll drop it off to McCaffrey. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. It's a gain of 5. And just like that, it's 3rd down.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
It was 3rd and short, and they go flying past the marker for a gain of nearly 30 yards.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a first down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big-time play.
And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. There to stop him was Carlton Davis.
At the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to the huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Now a draw play to McCaffrey. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
He was brought down.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
The Panthers on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's one he definitely normally catches. 4th down.
I wonder, Brandon, I just wonder. You think maybe he was worried about where he was on the field? Was he far enough? Was he close enough to the first down sticks?
Absolutely. He was right there by him, and I think he was thinking first down before he caught that football.
Yeah, got to catch it first, because if you don't catch it, there's no chance of picking up a first down. Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort, and you know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. A reminder, still some good games coming up here in Week 2 of the NFL. Later tonight, a rematch from that Super Bowl a few years back. New England visits Seattle up in the Northwest. And then on Monday night, we'll be there. The first regular season NFL game ever played in the state of Nevada. The New Orleans Saints and the Las Vegas Raiders from Allegiant Stadium. That should be something. keep it with Fournette on first down. And he goes across the 20 to the 22. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Well, this, of course, the home opener for the Buccaneers, a date folks in Tampa have had circled since, I don't know, about 6:30 Eastern time on March 17th. That's the day that TB12 officially became a Buccaneers CD.
And think about it this way, Brandon. Back in the old days, we used to talk about, what we call water cooler talk, right? You take a break at work and you talk about the team and everybody stand around. Now, whatever passes is water cooler talk, the social media, the texting, all of those things. Since that moment that it was announced, it was official, that Tom Brady was a Buccaneer, that's all these people have cared about. Seeing this game in Tampa, and let's face it,
this is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Scotty Miller, his second touchdown on the season. And the Buccaneers are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Carolina getting set to take the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, second and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
On 2nd and 7, Bridgewater. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down. At the 39.
It's a gain of 10. First down, Carolina.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It was JPP that time, Jason Pierre-Paul, who got in there to blow that play up.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it, sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the gun, Bridgewater. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. And that's Shaq Barrett, last year's sack leader, gets in there to register another one.
I think it's overstating it to say that he came out of nowhere. But did anyone see 19.5 sacks coming from Shaq Barrett last year? And even after he became an acknowledged guy that you had to block, he still was able to get to the quarterback. Expects to continue on that level, and there he is, adding to his totals.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. It'll be a gain of 6, and that'll make it second down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Well, the second down throw on target. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
At the 47-yard
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. That throw by Brady, incomplete. The intended target was Chris Godwin, and it's second down.
for Chris Godwin.
Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Brady. He'll set up the screen to Fournette. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. A gain of 5. First down, Tampa. First down now, but the clock continues to move. His throw caught right around the 6. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A gain of 32 that time.
That's a real nice job right there. Working the middle of the field, working against those safeties. And you know, partner, if you get your hips turned the wrong way, big plays can result.
And a big play resulted right there. They've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. They'll try to punch it in with Fournette. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Leonard Fournette, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bucs have taken the lead. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the 1st quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the 2nd. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So this drive spans 7 plays. And the man who finished it off with a run into the end zone, Leonard Fournette.
Set to kick off.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
25-yard line.
Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
Open man is Samuel, complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. Into the hands of his receiver, Anderson. Touchdown, Carolina! Robbie Anderson, his first touchdown. Down here of the new campaign. And the Panthers are now an extra point away from tying up this game. Sly on for the extra point. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And the end result, a Panthers touchdown. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
The Bucs take over first and 10 at their own.
The Bucs ready to take over once again. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Mike Evans as the first half is winding down. And the Bucs get the quick strike touchdown.
Ryan Suckup.
Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Getting set to go here, Teddy Bridgewater and company marches back onto the field. Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but bottom line, his team's losing. They got to fix something.
And it starts with him. He has to keep that little quarterback strut going right now to make sure that his team sees him as confident. Continue to try and up his game, but just let him know, hey, if I'm around, if I'm the one calling signals and throwing the football, just follow me, we'll get there. Sometimes that will do more to elevate a team than anything else.
See if he has that confidence. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit, but first it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening week.
Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the third quarter.
Joey Slide.
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
Mike Evans and the rest of the offensive unit heading back out there now. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
At the 35-yard line.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Airing this one out for Evans. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by Trey Boston. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this third quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind. And we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
And there's Christian McCaffrey with another run CMC, as he's known in the Carolina area. Easily the most productive running back in the league last season. 2,392 yards from scrimmage. He's just so dangerous every time he gets the football. Whether you hand it to him, throw it to him out of the backfield, just imagine if they had the guts to let him return kicks as well. This guy is a true triple threat.
From the 44, Bridgewater. That'll be taken in by Anderson. 11 yards there, first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. Like you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle. That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
A 44-yard attempt.
And his kick is good. And that'll bring him back within 4.
Makes the score Buccaneers 21.
So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
Take over 1st and 10. at their own 23.
Here we go again with Tom Brady in Tampa's offense. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Brady now on first down. He gets it into the hands of Gronkowski, complete. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
To throw again on second down. Brady, that's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 32-yard line. 27 yards there, a first down.
32-yard line.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
The 2nd and 10 now as we roll along in the third quarter from Tampa. To throw again, Brady. They're targeting Godwin once more, this time complete. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Well, whenever you talk about players that really broke out in the 2019 season, you better add Chris Godwin to that list. Over 1,300 yards receiving, 9 touchdowns. He was second among receivers last season receiving yards per game at 95. This guy combines great body control, excellent strength, and terrific route running ability to become a really big downfield threat.
A good run of 6 yards there gets him closer to the goal line with second down coming up.
Some good strong running right there, some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
2nd and 2. They'll give Fournette another crack, and he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Leonard Fournette, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
Their own 26-yard line.
The Carolina offense about ready to go. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
We're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal, field goal, field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. 2nd and 10. Here's Bridgewater. And Walker has it. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. A gain of 8. First down, Carolina.
And there's a catch by Christian McCaffrey, and he plays a huge role in the passing attack. He's caught over 100 passes each of the last 2 years, so he is a defense's nightmare because how do you identify him before the snap on every play? Is he a running back? Is he a receiver? Do you guard him with a defensive back, a linebacker? Whatever you do, he tends to have the answer himself and ends up making big plays.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 44-yard line.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
If these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. JPP cruising in for the sack that time.
If Jason Pierre-Paul just manages to stay on the field and play 16 games, we could have double-digit sack numbers and then some, because over his first 2 seasons in Tampa Bay, 21 sacks, earned himself a new contract, but hasn't been fully healthy. If Jason Pierre-Paul is that guy, look out. We'll see more plays as we just saw there.
At their own 18-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. On 1st and 10, here's Brady. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Intended for Cameron Brate. Incomplete. It's 2nd down and 10.
Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Brady. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now in Tampa. It's the Bucs. They've got the football. They also are in front here on the scoreboard as we start the 4th. The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Brady. He's got Evans. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 17 yards on the play and a Buccaneer 1st down. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Jeremy Chin there defensively. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus up.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Trey Boston. And a very good return as he'll take it all the way up to the 40-yard line.
They'll take over 1st and 10.
So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers.
And down he goes. The pressure getting to Bridgewater. Devin White coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Now Charles dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll have to try to go back to the air again, and this time avoid the sack.
Certainly hard to try to establish momentum when all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside.
3rd and long for Bridgewater. Now he's hit, and Bridgewater loses the football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And he returns it to the end zone. A fumble recovery touchdown for the Bucs.
Buccaneers.
The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. And that's what they've done all game long.
And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And they will watch this one land in the end zone. That'll be a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Carolina getting set to take the field. The interception was a good starting point, but still a huge hill to climb with this 3-score deficit and time fading. Bridgewater and the Panthers going to come up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. From the gun, he'll set up to throw. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Flush to his right. He's going to take off with it. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
6 yards.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. And he's got his target. That's more. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
22 yards.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Bridgewater trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Carlton Davis picks it.
Have some of this.
20.
Have some
10.
of this.
And he will score. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. Extra point try now for Suckup. And the lead is now 24. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Ryan Suckup set to kick off.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And they'll watch this one fall in the end zone, and that'll be a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And that last pick 6 may have been the backbreaker as they now face a 3-score deficit in the 4th quarter. They need points quickly. Bridgewater going to lead the Panthers up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Back to it after the pick 6. Bridgewater. And he'll hit his tight end, Walker. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 1st down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Curtis Samuel, the one he was looking for. That'll bring up 2nd down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a Scotian credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
A gain there of 21 yards.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Bridgewater. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Bridgewater going to give this to McCaffrey. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
He needed 2. He got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard.
It's now 4th down.
And a field goal obviously means nothing here. They're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th down. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. A field goal does you no good, so they're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th. Desperation time, 4th down, Bridgewater. That is caught. It's Anderson, touchdown Panthers. Robbie Anderson with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Panthers, they're able to draw a bit closer. Big 4th down conversion for the score, and the defense, that is a tough pill to swallow.
Big time for them. How about them just deciding to go for it on 4th down? And, okay, forget the field goal, because that looked like an easy 3 points. Yeah, you might have had a defensive breakdown in there, but they pressed the issue and found a way to get it into the end zone. Give them big credit for that.
They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. Still 9 remaining on 2nd down.
I'm going back to you. I'm going back to you. 36. Back it, reload. 52's the mic right over there, right? 52's the mic.
Brady going to throw here. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle 3rd. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down.
Incomplete.
After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it. Trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
Open man has got one. It's complete. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. They're not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Let's go, D. Tighten up. Switch.
Now Brady. Airing this one out for Evans. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Eli Apple. And a big turnover there as his guys Bills will get the football back. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between.
And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. The 305-pound Ndamukong Suh finding the path to the QB there. And he goes down, it's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Shaquille Barrett able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And they get to Bridgewater. Bridgewater taken down in the end zone for a safety. Well, this defense has been smothering all game long. Why not give them 2 more points here in the closing minutes?
Well, they've certainly earned it. They've gotten the better of this offensive line for 4 quarters. And this sack here will just be a little icing on the cake.
Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's 1 timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly.
It's a foot race. The 30. 10. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Leonard Fournette, 70 yards. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead.
Things are rocking easy here in the 4th quarter. They've got to feel pretty good about this one. Actually, they've got to feel excellent. Tough loss in the opener. No way they wanted to go 0-2.
I don't want to read too much into it, but psychologically, is there something much bigger about 0-2 than 0-1?
Oh, without a doubt. And here's the biggest one. Guys like you and me, all the media, are going to talk about, well, you know how hard it is to make the playoffs when you start 0-2, and that starts to work its way through a team.
And now they're working towards 1-1. Now it's Ryan Suckup on after the touchdown to kick it away. And this will not be fielded. It's a touchback and comes out to the 25.
25-yard line.
The Carolina offense about ready to go. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
And incomplete. It leads to 2nd and 10.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. From the gun, Bridgewater. Try to get it to Anderson, but it's intercepted. Carlton Davis picks it. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD.
Down, Buccaneers.
Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick 6 makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? And he said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or 2.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
Now, this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6.
Set to kick off.
Now it's Ryan Suckup on after the touchdown to kick it away. Now this will make it into the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. and never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again, and who knows, you may meet up with this team again.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Buccaneers, they make amends for their Week 1 loss by winning their home opener. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Denver Broncos. Meanwhile, for Carolina, they will fall to 1-1. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.